This just in, some breaking news. A new survey shows that Canadians are almost twice as likely to vote for the federal Liberal Party if that floundering party is led by Justin Bieber. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry, make that Justin Trudeau. Sorry. Twice as likely as they would if it is led by any of the other prospective Liberal leadership hopefuls. Can you believe that? Listen, this poll wasn't done by the Liberals' tame in-house pollster. It was done by Harris Decima, and it was commissioned by the Canadian press. Of course, they were featured players in the late 60s media frenzy of Trudeau-mania that helped Pierre Trudeau win the leadership of the Liberal Party and become Prime Minister, an event that changed Canada, making it one of the few nations with no law at all on abortion and making it one of the first nations to legalize same-sex marriage. Two events that were railroaded through, the first by activist judges and the second by a flim-flam orchestrated by heterophobic and Christophobic politicians with the help of activist judges. The elder Trudeau, of course, was really a Marxist who, instead of trying to win votes for some party that represented his radical views, took over an existing party and bent it to his will. Are the Canadian media, which have long since moved from news to celebrity gossip, now grooming a new Kardashian for a run at 24 Sussex Drive? You know what? Sometimes pigs do fly if they have the right booster rockets. The media and their lazy reliance on polls make an ideal booster. So stay tuned for the next stage in the corruption of Canadian politics. It happened in ancient Rome. From a republic, they briefly became a democracy. Cicero warned them that democracy would only last until the plebes discovered that they could vote themselves a share of other people's wealth. The next step was the acclamation of dictators who promised to correct the damage the Democrats had done to the economy. The Caesars were soon deified. We've had the dictator Trudeau. We've had the overloading of our economy with debt, first by the Liberals and now by Liberal Light under Stephen Harper. Is there a God named Trudeau waiting in the wings? The media love a celebrity much more than they like facts. Stay tuned. There's more to come. I'm Ron Gray, and that's the way I see it. I want to talk for a couple of minutes about why I believe that philosophy and science can and should trump politics. Lauren Gunter, who is an editorial columnist for the Edmonton Journal and one of Canada's most clear-sighted observers of the political arena, in a recent column about the dangers posed for the government by its environment and wheat board policies, made a statement that I think should be applied to issues of much more universal concern. Here's what he said. The government's problem is that it has defined both issues in political terms rather than philosophical or scientific ones. And politically, they have the weaker hand, whereas philosophically and scientifically, they have much stronger arguments. Now, that statement applies in spades to the government's treatment of the two moral issues that are tearing this country apart: abortion and same-sex marriage. Treating those questions politically is a losing strategy, no matter which way the government turns, because the electorate is pretty evenly split on these issues. Split primarily because they have been badly misinformed. They've been denied access to the scientific and philosophical facts that they need to make a rational decision. But the group that accounts for more than half of the Harper government's Reform Alliance Tory support base, that is, pro-life, pro-family voters all across Canada, has much stronger philosophical and scientific arguments than their opponents have. Play the hand politically, and not only will the Tories lose, but all Canadians will lose, big time. but play it philosophically and scientifically. That is, spend time and effort educating the electorate about the facts which the downstream media refuse to publish, and both the government and the nation will move ahead. The inescapable facts are that abortion and same-sex marriage have both been social and economic disasters for Canada. There are many complex philosophical and scientific arguments against the anti-life, anti-family policies that have been forced on this nation by radical jurists and pusillanimous politicians. There isn't room in this brief commentary to explore them all, but a few simple and ineluctable facts will suffice. Babies have a right to be born, and Canada needs those babies. And those children need, all children need, and have a right to, a father and a mother. If all couples were heterosexual, Western civilization could continue to build on 20 centuries of progress. If all couples were homosexual, civilization would end in a generation, if not sooner. Homosexual behavior is unnatural, unhealthy, and wrong. Wrong for the individuals who engage in it. Their life expectancy is drastically shortened. And wrong for society. And if we continue to kill the future for the convenience of the present, we will have no future. I'm Ron Gray, and that's the way I see it.